I was a young butterfly, just hatched from my cocoon. I was excited to explore my new world, but I had no idea what to expect. I was surrounded by strange insects, and I had never seen any of them before. I knew I had to learn how to fly, if I wanted to explore and find out more about my new home. After being born, the little bug was eager to explore its surroundings and meet the other insects. It was amazed to discover the variety of bugs living in the same area, from colorful butterflies to busy ants. It was even more surprised to find out that all these insects had different roles and responsibilities in the ecosystem. The little bug was excited to learn more about its new friends and was eager to start conversations with them. Final clue had been found, and the adventurers were ready to take the next step. They had to find the entrance to the cave, and the only way to do that was to find the door. After hours of searching, they finally stumbled upon a small door hidden in a crevice in the side of the mountain. It was covered in vines and seemed to be untouched for centuries. They cautiously opened the door and stepped inside, unsure of what awaited them. Little did they know, the door to the cave would lead them to a great discovery. After unlocking the door to the cave, the adventurers were amazed to find a small pool of shimmering liquid at its center. With trembling hands, they reached out to touch the surface of the mysterious elixir. As soon as their fingers touched the liquid, they felt a surge of energy course through their bodies. They had found the long-sought after elixir of life, which is said to grant its drinker eternal life and youth. The adventurers stared in awe at the revelation before them, feeling a sense of accomplishment and joy at their discovery. They had finally succeeded in their quest, and they were sure that their friendship had been the key to unlocking the secret of the elixir of life. The power of friendship was evident in the way the group worked together to solve the puzzle and find the elixir. Despite their differences, they were able to come together and use their individual skills to solve the mystery. In the end, it was their friendship that brought them success and ultimately saved the day. After meeting the other insects, I began to learn how to fly. I watched the other insects carefully as they took off, and I noticed the way they used their wings to gain lift. I also observed the way they maneuvered in the air, and I tried to mimic their movements. With a bit of practice, I was able to get the hang of flying, although I was still a bit unsteady at first. I practiced every day, and soon I was able to fly for longer distances and more confidently. After months of practice, I was finally ready to take off for months of practice. I was finally ready to take off. I had worked hard to build up the strength in my wings, and I was confident that I could make it into the air. I began to flap my wings, slowly at first, and then more quickly as I gained momentum. I felt the wind pushing against my body as I gained altitude, and I was filled with a sense of accomplishment and joy. I was taking off. After taking off, I was finally ready to take my first flight. I was so excited and scared at the same time, but I knew I had to do it. I flapped my wings and slowly rose up in the air. As I flew higher, I felt the wind on my face and the sun on my back. I was amazed at how beautiful the world looked from up in the sky. I flew around for a while and enjoyed the feeling of freedom and independence. Eventually, I landed back on the ground, feeling so proud of myself for taking that first flight. The butterfly, filled with a sense of accomplishment and joy, was now ready to begin its quest. It was determined to explore the world beyond its cocoon, to discover what lay beyond the strange creatures and plants it had encountered. Its wings were strong, and it was eager to take flight, to find the elixir which would bring it the answers it sought. Leaving the safety of home, the brave adventurer began the journey through the dense forest. The trees were tall, and the shadows of their branches lurked in the darkness were tall. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth, and the sound of chirping birds filled the airs. As the adventurer walked, they encountered a variety of creatures, both friendly and unfriendly. The adventurer kept their wits about them, and kept their eyes peeled for any signs of danger. After hours of walking, the adventurer arrived at the edge of the forest, and the journey to the wise old owl began. As the adventurers ventured deeper into the forest, they noticed a large owl perched atop a nearby tree. Its bright eyes seemed to be watching them intently. The adventurers slowly approached the owl and asked if it could help them on their quest. The owl nodded and told them that it had been waiting for them. It said that it had the knowledge they needed to find the elixir of life, and would help guide them on their journey. With the wise old owl's help, the adventurers felt more confident about their quest, and were ready to continue their journey. Having been given the task of finding the elixir of life, the brave adventurers set off on their quest. They traversed the treacherous forest, encountering many obstacles along the way. After a long journey, they finally reached their destination, a mysterious cave deep within the forest. Inside, they found the wise old owl, who had been expecting them. He informed them that the elixir of life could be found in a hidden chamber deep within the cave. The adventurers followed the owl's directions and ventured further into the depths of the cave, determined to find the elixir and fulfill their quest. The characters had followed the clues and arrived at the entrance to the cave. With the final clue in hand, they knew they were close to discovering the secret of the elixir. But they were also aware that they would need to work together to succeed. As they stood there, they knew that their friendship was the key to unlocking the mystery.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.